Good morning, I'm Megan Gray and welcome to Toronto Police News for Thursday, December the 14th, 2017. Today, I'm joining you from our Marine unit, where we will tell you the story of life-saving efforts by one of our paid duty officers. But first, here are a few of the calls that happened in your city over the last 24 hours. At 8:35 yesterday morning, police responded to a 911 call in the area of the East Mall and Evans Avenue. A 4-month-old baby suffered serious injuries and was taken to hospital. A woman also suffered injuries and was taken to hospital. She has since been charged with attempt murder and 4 other criminal charges. The baby is still listed in critical condition in hospital. Yesterday afternoon, a man was at work in the area of Finch Avenue West and Highway 400. He became locked in a wood drying kiln. He was found, but was unable to be revived. 31 Division and the Ministry of Labour are now investigating. Last night at 6:30, police responded to a person in crisis in the area of Eglinton Avenue East and Markham Road. The man had barricaded himself in a bathroom and was allegedly armed with a knife. The emergency task force was called. They entered the bathroom, a brief struggle ensued, and the man was arrested. As he was being processed at the police division, officers noticed injuries and he was taken to hospital. The SIU has now invoked their mandate and by law we cannot comment further. At 8:40 last night, in the area of Jane Street and Shepherd Avenue West, police responded to the sound of gunshots. Witnesses report seeing a man with a handgun in a group of 4 to 5 other people. That group was chasing another group when shots were fired. Officers arrived on scene and located shell casings, but no victims. If you have any information that could help with this investigation, please call officers at 31 Division or Crime Stoppers. At 1:30 this morning, we responded to another sound of gunshots call in the area of Morningside Avenue and Finch Avenue East. There is less information about this incident, but again, officers did not find any victims but some shell casings. If you have information, please call 42 Division or Crime Stoppers. And now back to our feature story. On December 2nd, 2017, Constable Brad Mills and Sergeant Paul Dominy were doing a paid duty at Rebel nightclub. Here's Constable Mills to tell us what happened. Brad, what happened that night?
So as I had paid duty at Rebel nightclub, I was standing at the entrance when I noticed a gentleman walk towards the water. And lots of people do this, but he seemed to be a little bit out of place, so I went to go see what was going on, and he was sitting at the water's edge on the other side of the railing. And at this point he was crying, and I tried talking to him, but he did not want to engage with me at all. So then I went back to get the sergeant on the pay duty, and I advised him, we might have someone who's suicidal. When we went back, we tried to engage with him further. He did not want to talk to us, and at one point we just realized we think he's going to go in the water. He then decided to jump into the water. It was only about 4 feet down, so we were able to reach in, grab a hold of him, and pull him back out and get him out of the water and bring him off to the hospital.
Thanks, Brad, for your life-saving efforts. It's certainly good to know that officers like you and your sergeant are out there keeping our city safe.
Thank you.
Would you have known what to do if you were in Brad's shoes? Whether it's a person in crisis, an accidental slip and fall into the water, or a pet falling through the ice, everyone should know the basics of winter water safety. Joining me now is Constable Rich Baker from our Marine unit. Rich, how many rescues does the Marine unit do in any given year?
We probably do an average of about 100 per year, give or take, depending on the season. Last year because we had no ice, we actually had a lot more than normal. So we had actually 30 fatalities where there were true-blown recoveries, but we average probably at least 50 or so during the winter months.
And the officers here are obviously well trained in rescue and recovery from the water, but what would you suggest to the average citizen who sees their pet or a loved one fall into the water or a pet go through the ice?
First rule of thumb is never become a victim yourself. The best thing to do is call 911 and get the experts on the way. So whether it's us or Toronto Fire or whoever's actually equipped for that type of rescue, get them rolling. And then we always want to maintain visual on the person in the water or the pet in the water, but also don't become a victim yourself. First thing, don't go into the water. Best thing to do is try to do the rescue from shore and not become a victim yourself.
And Rich, one of the mandates of the Marine unit is to educate your fellow officers. Can you tell us about your latest initiative?
Yeah, every year our platoons do a winter initiative, and one of the initiatives this year is to get out into the divisions to educate our officers and what to do and what not to do when we have an emergency. We had a few close calls in years past, and we thought it would be a good idea to get out there and let them know not to become a victim. Very important for them. Again, not to be a victim. Call the Marine unit, get us rolling. And again, we have to remember that all our waterfronts, it doesn't matter if it's any inland ponds or are all equipped with the rescue stanchions. And they're equipped through the city and through other property management. And they have what's necessary to effect a rescue from shore, so you don't become a victim yourself. So use the sheep's crooks, the ladders, and the throwing aids that are equipped on the stanchions.
That's great information. Thanks for joining me today, Rich.
No problem.
If you have a story idea, a member, or a unit of the Toronto Police Service that you'd like to see featured, leave us a comment on our YouTube channel or email us at feedback.news@torontopolice.on.ca. Thanks for joining us today, Toronto, and stay safe.